The hallways of Cook County Jail were quiet, but something felt wrong. Shadows moved under the flickering lights, guards in dark uniforms, their faces hidden, walking slowly past locked metal doors. Far away, a chair tipped over with a clatter, and papers were scattered on the floor. A soft sound, like a groan, echoed through the long hallways. One guard stopped and looked around. He saw a dark smear on the floor and a stack of papers knocked over. Something had happened, but no one would say what. Outside, the city went on like nothing was wrong. But inside the jail, secrets and danger were hiding in every corner. Hit subscribe if you want to see the full story unfold. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe, like, and share so you don't miss the full story. Cook County Jail is one of the largest jails in the United States. It holds thousands of people at a time, and the hallways stretch on like a maze. Guards walk the corridors, checking cells and watching prisoners. But there are too many inmates for the staff to see everything. Small problems can quickly become big and dangerous. Between 2019 and 2023, the jail used restraint chairs nearly 900 times on prisoners who were considered a risk to themselves or others. Restraint chairs hold a person in place to stop them from moving. The problem is that the jail did not report most of these incidents to the state, even though it was required by law. This meant no one outside the jail knew how often people were being restrained or if it was done safely. People inside were left vulnerable, and questions about safety and fairness grew louder. The jail also faces a serious mental health crisis. Nearly half of the inmates struggle with mental illness, including depression, anxiety, and more serious conditions like schizophrenia. But there are not enough doctors, nurses, or counselors to help them properly. Many people stay in their cells for days without attention or care. Instead of treatment, they are left to manage on their own, which often makes problems worse. On top of this, whistleblowers, people who used to work at the jail, revealed that some staff were punished for speaking out about abuse or mistakes. Former officer Jabril Gushanier explained that there was a culture of fear. Guards were afraid to report problems, which meant dangerous situations could happen without anyone knowing. This included fights, injuries, and incidents where people were treated unfairly. Every corridor, every locked door, and every shadow in Cook County Jail holds a story. Some are about rules being broken, some about people struggling to survive, and some about mistakes that could have been prevented. Inside these walls, real people face danger, uncertainty, and hidden secrets every single day. Inside Cook County Jail, what happens behind the locked doors often never reaches the outside world. Between 2019 and 2023, nearly 900 people were placed in restraint chairs, yet most of these cases were never reported to state authorities. These chairs hold someone tightly to keep them from moving, but when used too much or without proper care, they can be dangerous. Families and advocates began asking questions. Why wasn't anyone checking? Who was making sure people were safe? Whistleblowers from the jail revealed even more secrets. Former officer Jabril Gushanier said there was a culture of fear among staff. Guards were often scared to report abuse or mistakes because they might lose their jobs or face punishment. This meant dangerous incidents, fights, injuries, or unfair treatment could happen without anyone outside knowing. Some guards tried to speak up, but their warnings were ignored or silenced. Mental health problems added to the tension. Almost half the people in the jail have mental illnesses like depression, anxiety, or schizophrenia. With too few doctors and counselors, many inmates went days without proper care. Some became aggressive, some shut down completely, and some suffered in silence. These struggles made the jail not just a place of confinement, but a place where danger and mistakes could multiply quickly. Cook County Jail is full of hidden stories like this, stories of people struggling to survive, of rules being broken, and of lives affected by secrets. Every locked door and shadowed hallway could hide another untold story. Behind the walls, the reality is harsher and more complicated than most people outside can imagine. After years of hidden problems, Cook County Jail started facing serious scrutiny from outside authorities. Reports and investigations revealed that restraint chairs were being overused, that mental health care was often insufficient, and that staff sometimes ignored or covered up incidents. These reports shocked many people who had no idea what life inside the jail was really like. Whistleblowers like former officer Jabril Gushanier played a key role in bringing these problems to light. By sharing their experiences, they showed how a culture of fear among staff allowed abuse and mistakes to continue. Some officers risked their jobs just to report dangerous practices. Their courage forced the jail to review procedures and face questions from state officials and the public. Reforms were slowly introduced. The jail started tracking restraint chair use more carefully, adding rules to protect inmates. Mental health programs were expanded, though not enough to fully meet the needs of everyone inside. The jail also promised better training for staff and clearer reporting guidelines. But many advocates say more changes are needed to make the facility safer and fair for all. Cook County Jail remains one of the largest and most complicated jails in the country. Its walls hold countless untold stories of fear, survival, mistakes, and bravery. Each investigation and reform shows that change is possible, but the work is far from over. Behind these walls, real people still live with the consequences of the jail's secrets every single day. Even with investigations and reforms, the real story of Cook County Jail is about the people inside and those who work there. Every day, inmates face overcrowded cells, mental health struggles, and the constant pressure of life behind steel doors. Some survive by keeping quiet, some speak out, and some fall victim to mistakes that could have been prevented. The staff also face tough challenges. Guards walk long hallways, manage thousands of people, and try to follow rules while keeping everyone safe. Whistleblowers showed the world that speaking up can be dangerous, but also necessary to prevent harm. The jail is a place where courage comes in small, quiet ways, reporting a problem, helping someone in crisis, or simply getting through the day without giving up. Cook County Jail is more than just a building. It is a world of hidden stories. From the overused restraint chairs to untreated mental health issues, from fear and silence to bravery and survival, every corner has a story. And while reforms have started, many secrets remain behind the walls, waiting to be told. The people inside and the staff outside show that even in a place full of rules, danger, and mistakes, human stories of struggle and hope continue every day. These walls may hold secrets, but the truth is slowly coming to light, and the story of Cook County Jail is far from over. Even after investigations and reforms, Cook County Jail continues to face serious challenges. Overcrowding remains a problem, with more people inside than the jail was designed to hold. This makes it harder for staff to monitor everyone, and small problems can quickly become dangerous situations. Mental health care is still a major concern. Thousands of inmates need help, but there are not enough doctors, counselors, or programs to support them all. Many people struggle in silence, and untreated conditions can lead to conflicts, injuries, or even tragedies. Advocates continue to push for better care and resources to make the jail safer for everyone. The jail has also started paying more attention to accountability. Staff are being trained to follow rules, and reporting procedures are improving. Whistleblowers have helped bring these issues to light, showing that speaking up can lead to real changes. But experts warn that reforms are only part of the solution. Systemic problems like overcrowding, underfunded mental health services, and fear among staff require ongoing attention. Cook County Jail is a place of hidden stories, danger, and struggle, but also of hope and human resilience. Every day, inmates and staff face challenges that most people outside cannot imagine. The future of the jail depends on transparency, reforms, and the courage of those willing to speak out. And while many secrets remain behind the walls, the effort to make change continues, showing that even in the darkest places, progress is possible. Cook County Jail is more than walls, bars, and locked doors. It is a place full of real people, struggles, and hidden stories. From overcrowding and underreported restraint chair incidents to mental health crises and staff fear, the jail has shown how a system can fail those it is meant to protect. But there are also stories of courage and hope. Whistleblowers risk their jobs to expose wrongdoing. Staff work long hours to keep people safe. Inmates find ways to survive, support each other, and sometimes even push for change. These human actions remind us that behind the headlines and investigations, real lives are being affected every day. The lessons from Cook County Jail go beyond one building. They show the importance of accountability, transparency, and proper care for everyone in the justice system. They also show how fear, secrecy, and lack of resources can make situations much worse, and how courage and attention can start to make things better. As we look at the walls, corridors, and stories inside Cook County Jail, one thing is clear. The secrets may be hidden, but the human struggles, mistakes, and acts of bravery continue. And while reforms are ongoing, the jail remains a reminder that real change requires courage, oversight, and care for every person behind the walls. Cook County Jail has faced many problems, but change is slowly happening. After whistleblowers and investigations brought attention to restraint chair overuse, poor mental health care, and staff fear, the jail has started to improve accountability and reporting. New procedures are in place to track incidents, and staff training has been strengthened to make the jail safer. Public awareness is also growing. Journalists, advocates, and families of inmates continue to shine a light on hidden problems, showing the world what life inside the jail is really like. This attention has pressured officials to address overcrowding, improve mental health services, and follow rules more carefully. While the jail is still far from perfect, these efforts show that change is possible when people speak out. The future of Cook County Jail depends on continued attention, reforms, and care for both inmates and staff. Every day, the people inside, guards and prisoners alike, face challenges that most of the world cannot imagine. But each effort to improve the system, each whistleblower who speaks up, and each reform that is applied brings hope that the jail can become a safer place. Cook County Jail will always hold secrets, struggles, and danger, but it also holds lessons. The stories of hardship, courage, and survival remind us that even in the darkest places, change and hope are still possible. Inside Cook County Jail, every person has a story. Some are stories of struggle, some of mistakes, and some of survival. Families on the outside worry for their loved ones, while inmates try to navigate life behind steel bars. These personal experiences reveal the human side of a system often hidden from public view. The jail's challenges, overcrowding, underreported restraint chair use, and limited mental health care, don't just affect the people inside. They affect families, communities, and the justice system as a whole. Advocates argue that understanding these problems is key to preventing harm and improving conditions, not just in Cook County, but in jails across the country. Staff members also face intense pressure. Every decision can have serious consequences, and whistleblowers show how courage and honesty are sometimes punished instead of rewarded. Yet, these stories demonstrate that even in a place full of rules, danger, and secrecy, human bravery can make a difference. Cook County Jail is more than a building. It is a reflection of real people, real struggles, and real consequences. The stories inside its walls remind us that the justice system is made of humans, and only by understanding these human experiences can real change happen. Cook County Jail has shown the world both its dangers and its hidden truths. Overcrowding, underreported restraint chair incidents, and mental health struggles have put thousands of people at risk. But through investigations, whistleblowers, and public pressure, steps are being taken to improve safety and accountability. The stories of courage inside the jail remind us that even in a difficult system, people can make a difference. Guards who report abuse, inmates who survive and speak out, and advocates who push for change all show that transparency and care are possible. These lessons are not just for this jail. They are a guide for improving justice systems everywhere. The jail will always have challenges. Every corridor and locked door holds secrets, struggles, and danger. Yet, the ongoing reforms and human bravery give hope that conditions can improve, that mistakes can be prevented, and that lives can be protected. As we look back on the walls, the shadows, and the stories, one truth stands out. Cook County Jail is more than a building. It is a place where real people face real danger, and where real courage can make real change happen. Hit subscribe if you want to see more stories like this unfold. Even after reforms, Cook County Jail still faces challenges. Overcrowding continues to strain staff and resources, and mental health care, while improving, still does not meet the needs of every inmate. The jail has learned that keeping rules and reporting incidents properly is not optional. It is essential for safety. Whistleblowers and staff who speak up play a crucial role in holding the jail accountable. Their courage ensures that incidents of abuse or neglect do not remain hidden. Every report, every investigation, and every improvement is a step toward a safer, fairer system. The broader lesson is clear. A jail is only as strong as its transparency and care. When staff, administrators, and the public work together, it is possible to prevent harm and protect lives. Cook County Jail shows that accountability is not just a rule. It is a responsibility that affects thousands of real people every day. The jail continues to be a place of challenge, struggle, and hidden stories, but it also shows the power of courage and oversight. Change is possible, even in a place where danger and secrecy have ruled for so long. Even in a place as challenging as Cook County Jail, there are moments of hope. Some inmates have found ways to improve their lives through education programs, counseling, and skill-building workshops. These small victories may not make headlines, but they show that positive change is possible even inside the walls of the jail. Staff members who genuinely care about the people in their custody also make a difference. By listening, helping, and following proper procedures, they can prevent incidents and create safer spaces for everyone. These efforts, though often quiet, have a real impact on the daily lives of inmates. Personal stories remind us that behind every cell door is a human being. Some have struggled with mental illness, others with mistakes from their past, but all of them live in a system that is slowly learning to take responsibility. Their experiences show that change is not just about rules. It is about people, compassion, and accountability. Cook County Jail may still hold secrets and challenges, but these small successes show a path forward. Even in the toughest places, courage, care, and small victories can make a real difference. Cook County Jail is a place of hidden stories, danger, and human struggle. Overcrowding, underreported restraint chair use, and mental health challenges have put thousands of people at risk. Inside its walls, mistakes, abuse, and fear have been part of daily life. But so have courage, resilience, and small victories. Whistleblowers, staff, and advocates have shown that speaking up can make a difference. Investigations and reforms have started to improve accountability, mental health care, and safety. Yet, the jail still holds secrets and challenges, and the stories of those inside remind us that the system affects real lives every day. The lessons from Cook County Jail are clear. Transparency, proper care, and human attention are essential in any justice system. Even in the toughest environments, courage, accountability, and compassion can create real change. The jail is not just a building with steel doors and locked cells. It is a world of struggles, bravery, and hope. As we leave the walls behind, we remember the people inside, the inmates, the staff, and the whistleblowers. Their stories show us that even in a place full of secrets and danger, change is possible, and every voice matters. Hit subscribe if you want to see more real-life stories of courage and hidden truths unfold. The walls of Cook County Jail may hide secrets, but the stories inside are far from over. What happens behind closed doors next? Which truths will finally come to light, and which will remain hidden? If you want to uncover more hidden stories, shocking truths, and real-life mysteries, hit subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications. Every week, we bring you closer to the secrets the world doesn't see, and the next story might be even darker than this one. Stay curious, because the truth is never as simple as it seems.